What's going on, you guys? My name is Matt, and in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most profitable Bitcoin mining opportunities of 2023. The first Argentine mining company is going to be based out of Buenos Aires, Argentina, with one of the lowest power rates on the planet. And if you know anything about Bitcoin mining, the most crucial cost to consider when it comes to Bitcoin mining profitability is power. According to First Argentine Mining Company, they're projecting anywhere from 15 to 18% reward monthly on whatever you invest. Now, I know to some of you that might sound crazy for Bitcoin mining, but we're going to break all that down right here in this video. You can see they're aiming to be the world's most profitable Bitcoin mining solution. And you might be asking, how are you going to do that? Well, the number one way that they aim to do that is because of the low cost of power they're able to get in Argentina. Their estimated power cost is anywhere between 1.5 and 2 cents. This makes their profitability 5 to 10 times greater than any other mining operation on the planet. They've already secured a 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility where they can host anywhere between 6,000 and 7,000 miners. They will have a team of experts working around the clock to ensure that the operations are running smoothly. They're going to have physical presence there in case there is any downtime in the machines and anything needs to be repaired. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, it's great to have cheap power, but is that power reliable? Is it dependable? Are there going to be outages? That's a great question. And according to Patricio, who's one of the founders of the First Argentine Mining Company, this warehouse is located right next door to other industrial titans like Coca-Cola, Ford, Mercedes, just to name a few, who already have the infrastructure in place in this particular part of Buenos Aires to have rock-solid industrial-grade electricity. The team is actually working with the Argentina government, and according to them, they're rolling out the red carpet for them because they're about to spend in excess of $50,000 a month in power. Not to mention, even though power is so affordable in Argentina, because of the economy there, they're having to subsidize a lot of the electricity. So they're actually welcoming a new company that's following all the rules that will be paying for their electricity. Keep in mind that the average Bitcoin mining facility has been in operation in excess of 5 years. So once these things get going, they generally can run for a number of years with very little maintenance. That brings us to the NFTs. And this is how you actually get access to the Bitcoin mining facility. The more NFTs you own, or the higher level of the NFT, determines what kind of reward you're actually going to get. Now, the team at First Argentine Mining Company is estimating a whopping 15 to 18% return on your money by owning these NFTs. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin mining expert, and if you think that that is a little bit too high of an estimation, well, maybe you should aim for a little bit lower to see if it's still worth it for you to be able to buy one of these NFTs. But for now, this is what the team truthfully believes is possible. The bronze NFT is going to be $500. The silver NFT is $1,000. The gold NFT is $2,000 and the platinum NFT is $5,000. And you can really think of these as allocations. So the bronze is $500. The silver, you're going to have 2x the reward. The gold's going to be 4x the reward. And the platinum's going to get you 10x the reward. Also, the silver, gold, and platinum will be gifted with special bonus rewards and privileges, which will be disclosed later. To my knowledge, this hasn't been disclosed yet, but you're going to get special bonuses or privileges for owning the higher tier NFTs besides the bronze. And lastly, the platinum NFT is the only NFT which acts as a hosting pass. So holders of this platinum NFT can host up to 5 miners of their own at the Bitcoin mining facility. And you'll be able to buy these miners at a locked-in rate from Famco. So it may cost you $2,300 to $3,000, depending on when you buy your miner, to buy that miner, but maybe Famco has a rate of buying it because they're going to buy it in bulk with maybe 500 to 1,000 other miners. They have a rate of, let's say, $1,600 per miner. Other costs that you should be aware of is there's going to be a 25% hosting/maintenance fee that's taken on the Bitcoin that's earned. From what I've been told, this is pretty much industry standard. But the cool thing that Patricio said is, he said, we're not even taking a profit until everyone has ROI'd, which is unheard of. So they're not even planning to take that 25% until everyone has ROI'd. With that 15 to 18%, if Bitcoin stayed at the same price, it didn't go up, it didn't go down, they're estimating that you could ROI around 6 months. Now, all of this is based on the price of power and the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doubles in price, then your ROI time is going to be cut in half. He said electricity is the only top-line expense. Everything else, such as mortgage, infrastructure, security, material, and labor, are all taken from that 25%. So we think it's pretty reasonable. At the current peso rate of 500 to 1, that's the rate of peso versus the US dollar, even with the 25% fee, you're still under 3 cents per kilowatt hour. And I'll break that down more in a second. In talking about the team, the CEO and founder is Patricio. He's a lifelong resident of Buenos Aires. He's a business owner. He owns a couple of restaurants there already, which is actually important because you can't just start a Bitcoin mining operation in Argentina. Number one, you have to be an Argentine citizen. So you have to have citizenship there. You have to already be an established business owner, which he is. You have to have the right licenses and documentation, all of which is already in place. And he qualifies for all of them. I think they do this so that you can't set up a bunch of shell companies and easily run money through there. The second founder and partner is Nathan, which I took a screenshot of what he said in the Discord. He said, I've advised crypto mining companies. I advise clients on regulatory compliance, such as registering with financial authorities and complying with anti-money laundering laws. Additionally, I draft and negotiate mining agreements with equipment providers and help clients protect their intellectual property, such as their mining algorithms and software. So he's sort of the legal side of what's happening on the team. I also know they have a partnership with Truth Seekers with an advisory role, and they're also making an institutional grade investment into Famco of $500,000. So let's actually crunch the numbers and get into the nitty gritty of how they're expecting to get this 15 to 18% from the miners. The miners they're actually going to be purchasing are going to be from Bitmain. So let's look at the actual Bitmain mining profit calculator found right on their website. The miners they're going to be purchasing are the Bitminer S19J Pro Pluses. So we're going to use these in our calculations. So one miner at the energy rate of 7 cents, which is the lowest power you're going to find in the United States, is going to give you $3.94 a day profitability. So this is after the cost of electricity is accounted for, with an annualized profit of $1,436. So it's something, but it's not great. So if we take that same miner and we put in the 1.5 cents, which is already the negotiated rate that they have established with the Argentine electric company, we now see that you can make with one miner $8.29 with annualized profit of over $3,000. Now, Famco's goal with this NFT raise is to get at least 1,000 miners. That's the goal. And this is where the magic happens. So at 1,000 miners at 1.5 cents per kilowatt hour, you can see that the daily profit is actually $8,292. And remember, this is at the current price of Bitcoin, which right now is about $29,000 with an annualized profit of over $3 million. Now remember, their warehouse can actually host up to 7,000 miners, but let's just put in 6,000 and that number gets kind of crazy, right? That's $18 million annually generated by 6,000 miners at the price of $29,000 Bitcoin. Also, anyone who knows anything about Bitcoin miners, they know that the price of the miner actually goes up as Bitcoin goes up. So it's very important that they actually acquire the miners now before the Bitcoin price goes up. And they actually have a really great rate for these miners locked in. They're going to be able to acquire them for $1,600 a piece when it would normally be $2,300 a piece for these miners. So with the 1,000 miners they're looking to get with the NFT raise, they're going to need $1.6 million to acquire these 1,000 miners. One thing that I thought was interesting is that Lou said from Truth Seekers that they've already raised $1 million before the mint even started. So I think that shows there's a huge appetite for something like this already in the market. Another thing I forgot to mention about the NFTs, it's actually going to be an open mint, meaning there's no specified number of NFTs. I think they want to see what the demand is, and the goal is to actually purchase as many miners as they possibly can within the mint window. Now, how long it's actually going to go is also undisclosed, but from what I can gather, it seems like it might be about 10 days or less because remember, they have to take the money that's generated from the NFTs and actually purchase these miners and start the implementation process of getting them all installed in the facility. In terms of a time horizon on your investment, Famco is stating that they believe they can have the miners up and operational in 3 to 5 months. So you need to understand that if you're going to buy one of these NFTs, your money is going to be parked, not generating anything for you for up to 5 months. So you have to be okay with that, right? There's an opportunity cost there where that money could have been making other money somewhere else. So you have to believe this is a big enough opportunity for the future that you're willing to do that. Because of the lot size of miners they're actually buying from Bitmain, actual Bitmain technicians are going to be the ones coming to the warehouse in Buenos Aires and doing the install of all the miners. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's also a 1-year warranty on these miners. If anything goes wrong within 1 year, they can actually just send it back and get a new miner. Next, I've heard a lot of people asking, what about the Bitcoin halving? How is that going to affect this rig once you get it up and running? Because that effectively cuts the mining rate of Bitcoin in half. So the projected date of the next Bitcoin halving is going to be between April and May of 2024. Now remember, it's not an exact date. It's actually a number of blocks that gets processed on the blockchain. In regards to the halving, I'm going to show you something pretty interesting here on the Bitcoin chart. And that is that usually leading up to the halving, about 6 months before the halving happens, there's usually a big run up in Bitcoin, often a doubling in price that happens in those months preceding the halving. Why that's important is if that happens again, like it has in past history, now there are no guarantees, but it's happened in the past, If it happens again, that's going to make your ROI time leading up to the halving much shorter. Now, to prove that out, the last halving was on May 11th, 2020. And you can see that Bitcoin was actually $8,700 right there on the day before the halving. And if we go back 4 or so months, on January, you're going to see on January 15th, the price of Bitcoin was $3,600. So between January and the 4 or 5 months leading up to the halving itself on 5/11, the price of Bitcoin more than doubled. So it went from 3,000 to 8,755. And that's not to mention what happens after the halving, right? We all know what happened after that. So even though the rate of how much Bitcoin that's able to be mined is going to be cut in half, well, we're just speculating the price of Bitcoin should make up for that as it continues to go up into 2025. Again, they're planning to have the miners installed and be able to go live with the mining in Q3 of 2023, and that's when you'll start earning your reward. Remember, they're not going to charge a hosting fee. They're not going to charge that 25% until every single person has ROI'd. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see that play out. Now, to be able to mint on May 3rd, you're going to need USDC on Ethereum or BNB on BSC. They're also going to be accepting credit cards on the Famco dApp itself. The third thing that you need to know is that the NFTs will be airdropped to your wallet on the Ethereum network after the mint date. Number 4, rewards will be issued in wrapped BTC or BBTC through a multi-chain partnership. Number 5, rewards will be issued to the address that the NFT resides in. So wherever the NFT is, that's where the rewards are going to be sent. Number 6, Famco is doxed and KYC'd. And number 7, Certic will do the audit of the smart contract for Famco. Apart from that, security-wise, there are going to be security, there are going to be cameras, there are going to be alarm systems, all that normal stuff. But their goal is to actually just blend in. There's not going to be any big blaring signs on the building that state that it's a mining facility. They're in an industrial part of Buenos Aires. It's just going to look like another warehouse, and they don't plan on standing out. So let's talk about the risk. We already talked about opportunity cost, that when you park your money here, there's going to be 3 to 5 months where it's not earning you anything. Another risk is that the warehouse could maybe burn down. Maybe there's some kind of fire or something that wipes it out. Or maybe Bitcoin actually tanks and it does the opposite of what everybody thinks and it breaks the whole historical pattern of data. That could happen, I guess. It's not likely, but that could happen. Another risk that could happen is that the founders actually rug and steal all of your money. Now, again, they're KYC'd. People know who they are. I don't think that's likely, but we can't guarantee anything. So it's a risk that you have to assess in your own mind. Another risk you might consider is that the cost of the power in Argentina actually might go up. But like I said in the beginning of the video, Patricio stated that right now the peso to the dollar is 500 to 1. It's estimated to go to 700 to 1 in the next 2 years. And their power rate is actually locked in. The rate that they're being charged per kilowatt hour, it's 1.5 to 2 cents per kilowatt hour. That's already locked in for a minimum of 5 years. So I don't think that's an actual risk that we need to be concerned with, other than the price of the US dollar falling, which we might have a lot of other problems if and when that happens. So that's really the main opportunity here with First Argentine Mining Company. And if you ever want out of the project and you just think, you know what, I'm done with this, you can actually sell your NFT on OpenSea. So people will be able to move in and out of the project via the NFTs. As always, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. I strongly recommend that you do all of your own research, including getting into the Discord and asking every single question that you need to answer to give you peace of mind to decide if you want to invest your money. If you guys like this video and I brought you value today, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you check out all these videos right here. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.